Welcome behind the bar. Paul Starr brought to you by William Hill, the proud sponsor of the World Darts Championship. At an exhibition last weekend in Plymouth, I caught up with Wayne Mardle, where we spoke everything darts, including the Premier League, which players he thinks are enjoying themselves on the PDC Tour, and is there any chance at all we're ever going to see a Y501 back on the big stage competitively? Wayne Mardle, we're down here at Plymouth for another darts exhibition. How's the darts going, Wayne?
They're going really well. Practice is superb, so massively looking forward to it.
I can see. So two nights down in the southwest. Last night in Colford, that you were fantastic, Wayne. Rolling back the years, so there's still. I'm going to ask the silly question. There's still no chance of you ever making it. There's no chance, is there?
I don't want to play competitively again. I enjoy exhibitions. You know, I enjoy a chat and just doing this kind of thing. I love fun darts, and it's fun. That's it. Trying for a living? No, not for me.
But double 16, treble 16, bullseye, one way you went on 130, bullseye's checked. So, hey, it was fantastic. And they loved it, Wayne. They loved it. I'm bigging you up here, and I need to borrow some money. That's what it is.
It's what I do.
It is what I do. Talking about proper darts, Wayne, hey, the Premier League is hotting up. Judgment night isn't Judgment night, unfortunately.
No, Sky are going to drop it. It's basically week 9. That's it. Yeah. Judgment night no longer exists. Unfortunately, Jelle Klassen and Kim Huybrechts are eliminated. They won't be playing after Cardiff. It's been horrible for them. Kim Huybrechts has now played 17 games in the Premier League, not had any more than one win in the 2 years that he's played. That was against Barney. He's just struggled to convert the chances. And now, unfortunately, his mother is kind of terminally ill, and he's got so much pressure and troubles in his mind. And like, I said on Thursday, if he can just get the Premier League out of the way and crack on with his career after that, just forget this year. He's actually played decent, you know. He's actually played really well. But like I said, the opportunities, he's not taken them. And Jelle Klassen, very, very similar. Give himself umpteen chances, has hardly taken any, and now he's got a wrist injury to make matters worse. But as of like recording today, played Mick McGowan, averaged in the 90s, played decent. So hopefully the pain is still going to need operation, but hopefully the pain is subsiding a little.
Yeah. And who, as we talk now, would you be comfortable and confident of picking a final 4, or are we talking 4 from 6 really?
Look, if I did, I'd be saying it just because I'd be having a wild stab. Yeah. Where normally I'm a bit more educated of a guesser than that. Yeah. I'm gonna say 2, obviously Anderson and Van Gerwen. Phil, I doubt, but then there's Barney, there's James Wade, there's Adrian Lewis. Look, it's going to be tough to pick a 4, but I got to say that. One I mentioned now, Adrian Lewis, I think he's coming into a bit of form. He had a terrible time on Thursday, but it was one game. Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching Adrian carry on this little non-losing streak. Yeah. And of course, Peter Wright, who's now a major winner, he was playing it down a little bit. Oh, Michael wasn't there, Phil wasn't there. Absolute rubbish. He picked up that trophy at the end of the 3 days, and he's deserved that, hasn't he? Because he's such a fine dart player. I actually forgot him from my equations completely, because he's up there now. You expect him there? Yeah, I just expect him there, and I do. I expect him in the top 4. Peter Wright is a world-class dart player, and that is every day of the week. Yeah. We're not talking one of these that turns up, a bit like Jelle Klassen, that he can absolutely annihilate anyone on a Monday, lose to me on a Tuesday, scrape through you on a Wednesday. Peter Wright will just annihilate us. That's what he will do. And look, Peter Wright won the UK Open. I couldn't care less who was there or who wasn't there. You win majors because you've beat who was there. Yeah. Look, I don't like all this nonsense. He won it, fair and square. And we mentioned earlier on about the European Tour, a few big names missing. Because the calendar is so packed, are we going to just see this more and more when the big boys, and it started off maybe with a Barney and a Taylor, but now other players just saying, well, I haven't got the energy, literally, to do it all. Well, yeah, last year missing from the finals of the European Championships was Barney and Adrian Lewis. Yeah, I think we're going to see more of that because, look, there are so many events, and the guys are doing a lot of exhibitions, a lot of corporate. I'm not saying that's wrong, but there's got to be a line where you say, hold on, the European Championships is more important than an exhibition. Yeah. So they've got to get the balance right for them. Yeah. And don't forget, all these players, they've got families as well.
Yeah.
They've got families, so there's a real, it's a fine juggling act, it really is. And to get it right is difficult. I don't know a player that gets it perfect, but the only thing that you can ask from anyone is that, are they happy doing what they're doing? And I would say that the two people that are really happy doing what they're doing right now are Gary Anderson and Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah.
They're picking and choosing their events, and I think the way they act shows you that they're happy. Yeah. Gary Anderson won on Thursday. I spoke to him before. He said, win or lose, me and Rachel are just going to the casino for an hour. Yeah. Brilliant. Spoke to Michael, and I said, 2 games tonight, mate. He went, yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. He said, yeah, hopefully I'll get 2 points minimum. He said, that'll put me top if Peter loses, but that worked out well. Well, he come off after losing to Barney, rather than skulking off around the back like everyone else, and I mean everyone else. Yeah. He did a little U-turn. There was a group of kids, about 6 or 7 kids, and he signed their autographs for them, and he signed their shirts. He went, guys, I've got to go. Sorry, but thanks for your time. Thanks for waiting. Yeah. He said to them, thanks for waiting. Yeah, that's great. Now, that's someone that he's happy with. He's doing what he wants to do, yeah. And that's what they've all got to strive for. But it's difficult.
Yeah, and hey, you said it's Gary, you said it's Michael. No surprise, that's number 2 and number 1 in the world. Hey Wayne, thank you so much for your time here down in Plymouth. I think you might need to hit that practice board again.
What is wrong with that?
Hey,
it's grouping.
It's not gonna. Cheers, Wayne. Thanks for your time, mate.
Cheers mate. Thank you.
Well, great as always to catch up with Hawaii 501 Wayne Mardle. He was in imperious form last weekend, including blowing in a double 8 with his mouth unbelievable. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on this week's show. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. Like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. And join us next week on more Behind the Bar with Paul Starr, brought to you by William here on TungstenTales, keeping you at the sharp end of world darts. We'll see you then.